This episode is sponsored by OrangeQC.
We get a call from this guy who's got a 5-story building. And he's like, what is going on? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, your window cleaner. He's on the outside of the windows on a 5-story building. He got onto like a patio and he's walking down
it's like a foot and a half wide, like ledge to clean windows.
No safety gear, just cleaning the window.
He was looking at efficiencies and making money and not on how safe can I be.
It's like a totally different method that we use now. Like I would not have done the same thing we did then now.
How many fire engines have shown up at your building when you've been
during
there, Greg?
floor care? No, none.
None. Okay, so I'll tell you mine then. I bring out a propane-powered, ultra high-speed, burnisher. The building's alarms start going off. All of these metal doors start slamming down.
Fire doors, like they're
fire doors,
garage doors, kind of.
And it just locks everything down. The fire department shows up and they're like, all geared up and everything. They come into the building. They're like, what did you do? And these are the things, right? It's like, a lot of these stories are, stories of what not to do, and so we invested all of this time doing all of these things. And I personally had worked 10 plus years to get this contract. And within 32 days of that day, we lost all of it.
The lesson learned is you don't know until you hopefully, or you listen to us talk about it. Hey, don't do that.
So yeah, here we go on episode 30 then. And this one we're going to do a little differently, right, Greg?
Oh, we are. This is going to be more of just like when Matt's done. Ooh,
my bad.
Smoked out on me.
Well, I need to put my phone on. Hold on a second. My phone on airplane mode because people keep calling me. I think it's actually Andrea because anyway.
All right.
So today.
All right, let's start over, Matt.
We're going to start over. Okay.
Today we're going to do something a lot different than we have. Well, not a lot different, but we're not going to do the formal, but we are going to beg for subscriptions because that's what we do.
Yes, baby. Yes, we're begging
beg you for a subscribe.
But
we now know what's on the left because we learned the last podcast thanks to our buddy Jordan, our producer, director, light,
everything,
audio,
sound
extraordinaire,
that it's on the left.
It's on the left-hand side.
Well,
but we're going to talk about things that probably people don't want to talk about, and it's going to be cleaning fails. So things that we have done that have been like, oh, dude, really? You were that guy?
It's funny when Greg and I were talking about these things, and let's acknowledge that this is one of those things that like everybody wanted to kind of know. They're like, well, what kind of crap have you guys run into?
And we always run into that, like, oh, we've never heard of that before, and we're like, ooh, that's a new one, and we always think it's nothing.
Yeah.
And I think every year we always have one like, well, that's new.
So we at least have 30 stories, but even when Greg and I were going through this, we were like, so what will we talk about? And
we're like, oh, that one.
We've got a few. We've got a few,
and I'm gonna have a few probably. Will shock Matt. I don't know how much he wants to share with them, but yeah.
So we're gonna go through some cleaning fails, and I think we should just jump right. Except for the subscribe thing, but then we're done.
Yeah.
All right.
So we already begged for the subscribe. Matt, go ahead. He can't help himself.
No. I'm a glutton. I want himself. I want it all. So
I will get the 30,000 subscriptions.
Well, we talked about the 30,000 subs, right? And we want the Lego, right? And and somebody's gonna be like, well, get a vacuum, maybe.
Yeah, if you want a vacuum, get a vacuum.
But anyway, it sucks. I mean, I just get a Lego, have some fun. You need some, come on. All right, so let's
write a comment on what you guys want. I mean, if you guys want something cool,
they're gonna be like,
do not put a Ferrari.
I was gonna say right away, it's gonna be like, I want a McLaren.
Ferrari.
Yeah, you're gonna get a little Matchbox car. Okay. What kind of budget do you think we got?
Oh man.
All right.
That's why we're begging for subscriptions.
Right.
We can get a budget up in here.
You gotta buy some new shoes.
We need another fern.
I know. We only have one fern.
One fern. It's not even real, people. If it's real, it'll be dead.
It's all good.
Anyway.
All right. So let's talk about some fails. Let's get into it.
So Matt, I know you've got a few. When you and I were thinking, we're like, well, we have the Johnson Machinery, which they're no longer here, so we can say Johnson Machinery.
Well,
which is a Caterpillar.
You just did.
Yeah, we kind of just did. Sorry. Which is a Caterpillar dealership that we cleaned early on. I mean, we were.
Yeah. So this was a fun day. I had the client provided chemical, and they did, and one of the chemicals they provided was a hydrochloric acid based toilet bowl cleaner, and that's great. But we were small and cheap and didn't want to have any other secondary bottles. Well, I needed bleach to be in a squirt bottle. So I thought
most people's parents at that age like, you don't mix bleach.
You don't mix bleach. The bleach and acid do not mix well. It turns into a poisonous gas. So what ended up happening was that
I remember you were in the back cleaning.
I was in the
back because it had like a rear mechanics restroom.
Yeah,
and I was up front vacuuming, and I'm like, "What is that smell?" So I go back and like, you weren't in the bathroom at that time.
No. So at the moment that I poured the bleach into the bottle, like you could just, I don't think it was a visible thing, but it was just like, whoom, and it just immediately just took over like everything. And it spread through this like 15,000 square foot front office space like wildfire.
Yeah. It is big. And you probably
was
had
not small.
100 yards between there and the office space.
Yeah. But
just warehouse.
And Greg was like, what is that?
Hell?
By then I had already taken a full beeline to the door, not with a bottle, by the way. So I just left the contaminant inside the building. And so then we had to go back in and get it. So I'm stuck outside and I'm like, man, I ain't going back in there. And he's like, I ain't going back in there.
In true Stowe fashion, we're like, we still got to clean tonight, bro.
We still got to clean.
We got to clean this building. So what are we going to do? We're like, oh, we got this.
We got
the shirt in there, going in.
And look, I am again, I'm not a chemist, and I'm certainly not someone who knows anything about.
Someone that does a lot of OSHA violations, evidently.
Apparently,
there was no training going on.
We got another story then about not us, but we're not going to name names.
No, we're not going to name any names.
But the window cleaning guy.
God.
Oh my God, dude, this is a great one.
I mean, what did we learn from that? We learned that, you know what? We probably don't know much about chemical.
So we had to learn.
So we learned a lot about chemical at that point. I was like, I want my brother to live a little bit longer, so maybe we should learn about chemicals.
And I think it went back to what you and I also knew is like, we're not stupid, right? Well, maybe I was that day, but
we ain't that smart, no.
And I'm not saying that we hire stupid people, but I mean, if we could make that mistake,
anyone can make it. So you got to train that in and be like, don't do that.
Don't mix bleach with any. And even today, like when you're teaching the chemistry of cleaning, you say that still. Do not mix acid with bleach.
Do not put acid in trigger sprayers. That's another one of my biggest pet peeves because my dad, he's still around, still. He thought it was great growing up. And to this day, I'm like, who in the hell would make acid bowl cleaner in a bottle that would fit a trigger sprayer?
I know. It's crazy.
It's automatic like a bad idea. And to this day, they still fit. So again, in true Stowe fashion, we got to go fast.
We got to go fast.
Gotta go fast. Like Talladega Nights, got to go fast.
Yep.
And he's like, I figured out a way to make it go faster. I'm going to put the trigger sprayer in the acid and I'm going to use it and I'm going to spray inside the toilets.
Yeah.
And we're like, that doesn't seem right. But we didn't say anything.
We knew better.
Well, we know better now. I mean, so that will cause long-term health hazards. So my dad's in the process of getting, lung transplant list. So take heed.
Take heed.
Running a cleaning business means juggling a lot. Inspections, specialty services, keeping every site on point. That's why we use OrangeQC. It's a quality control platform that lets us track jobs, document results with photos, log chemical usage, and even send real-time reports, all from our phone. Want to see for yourself? Hit the link in the description for a 30-day free trial of OrangeQC. Thanks to OrangeQC for sponsoring this episode and for building a tool that actually works.
I'm not saying that that's the reason that it happened, but it's certainly
environmental factors.
It's certainly contributed.
Non-smoker.
And if he was making those types of idiotic decisions, God bless you, Dad. I love you.
We got to go fast, man.
That he was looking at efficiencies and making money, and not on how safe can I be. He was also the same dude who was like cleaning toilets with no gloves.
Yeah. We weren't allowed to have toilet brushes. Get your hand in there. Yeah. Like, oh, bro. And now I'm like, get your hand out of there.
Yeah, that was a hard lesson for me to crack.
Yeah, trust me, I know.
Then when Greg started introducing toilet brushes, I'm like, no, dude. I'm not. If you want to clean, you got to put your hand in the toilet.
Andrea story?
Andrea.
When you did the bathroom cleaning?
Oh
video?
God, yeah. It's not. Look,
Well, want me to leave that one alone?
yeah, let's leave this. Let's just say this, okay? I'm old school when it comes to cleaning. I mean, I was I'm a janitor, right? So for me going into I'm not, but you're a technician, you do the things, like you know all the compliance, all that kind of stuff.
Let's take a poll. Who thinks that the toilet water should come out of the toilet to clean anything?
Well, you know, no one died.
Silence.
Did they die? Did they die?
She came to me.
Nobody
and said,
died.
Greg, can you go back and clean the bathroom?
That's messed up. Andre, I know you're watching this. That's messed up. You could have just come to me and be like, man, I don't know.
It's health and safety. I'm glad she came because I used
No,
that
I got it.
restroom.
I get it. I get it.
What, C. diff?
Dude, I wasn't cleaning this toilet with crap. Anyway, we're not getting into it. We're not getting into it because I still clean my own toilet that way. So,
Oh my God. I go to your house, dude.
maybe you're not coming over for Pat's birthday after all.
I will. I love Pat.
Okay. All right.
Pat's amazing.
Just bring some disinfectant just in case. So here's another fun story. You were there watching this, or was this a report about the guy with the ladder on top of the vending machine?
Oh no, I got the report. The second time I watched him do it.
Okay, so this
was worse than the vending machine.
You can't make this crap up.
So I get a call and we're doing. If you guys are Little League people, there's a Little League like Field of Dreams in San Bernardino where everybody goes to, like all around the country. That's where they have their Little League World Series or whatever it is. So we were doing some cleaning there and we had a vendor and I just get this call like, the super is freaking out. So they're building something and you need to get down here. So I get down there and I go down there and there's a dude. There's a soda machine, a Coca-Cola machine. I'll never forget it to this day. This dude had pushed the vending machine over to the window. Then he had a small 6-foot A-frame ladder, put the A-frame ladder on top of the soda machine.
For real.
And was standing on the top rung of the A-frame ladder on top of the soda machine.
With no support, no safety harnesses, nothing. Just nothing.
Yeah. And this dude was like, get this off my job site. I was losing his mind. I was like, I agree with you, bro.
Yeah.
And
so this same guy, after we told this vendor, like, don't ever do this again. We were on another construction site, and
it happened like 4 times.
Yeah, it did. I got a phone call from a superintendent, and they're like, and I remember this day was a picture. Yeah. And there was it was a huge lobby. I think it was like 3 stories high.
And it was like,
and there was no, I'm talking, that's another one that we can tell about the same guy. This guy's like,
how is he still alive?
I don't know how he's alive. He's like Spider-Man. They took an A-frame ladder and they put the A-frame one side on the banister, basically, and then the other side on the mullion or the metal piece on the window.
Yeah.
So that they could reach the glass, and so below them is a 30-foot drop.
Yeah.
Right. So assuming that the mullion's going to hold it, right?
Or maybe the other ladder doesn't fall off the other ladder.
The other ladder doesn't. I mean, it was the most unsafe thing that you could possibly see
until.
Okay.
Same dude.
Oh yeah, we have pictures of this too.
He no longer does our window cleaning. We get a call from this guy who's got a 5-story building.
Yeah.
And it's on the weekend. And he's like, what is going on? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, your window cleaner. He's on the outside of the windows on a 5-story building. He got onto like a patio and he's walking down
it's like a foot and a half wide, like ledge to clean windows.
No safety gear, just cleaning the window.
Yeah. No,
I'm like, no way. You're kidding me.
And like, no, I have pictures.
He's like,
I'm sending them to you.
Video. And that was like the final straw. I'll be like, dude, we've told you.
And it would be one of those things, like if you saw him on the ledge, you would call the police because you would be afraid he was trying to like off himself.
No, he just trying to clean your window.
Oh my gosh. This guy was, and I'm sure that he is still doing it. You know, I'm sure he is.
Just not for us.
All right. So here's a fun one. Let's get into some floor care stuff. How many fire engines have shown up at your building when you've been
during
there,
floor care? No, none.
None. Okay, so I'll tell you mine then. So I was out in a building in LA.
It's again a lot like the bleach.
And well, yeah, it is.
It is.
I was out in a building in LA. It was a medical facility,
all about gases.
And I wanted to knock this floor job out. Like, I was like, man, again, And I guess there's more of dad in me than I think.
We just got to get it done.
We just got to get it done. I'm going to clean the toilet with dirty toilet water. Anyway, so I bring out a propane powered ultra high speed burnisher to this building. Well, the building has about, I don't know, like 9-foot ceilings. I mean, it weren't like super high ceilings. It's a medical facility.
It's not a warehouse.
No, it's a medical facility, and it has long hallways. And like, man, I'm gonna do this with a propane machine. I'm gonna be out of here in a half an hour, right? So I'm running this machine, and about maybe 10 to 15 minutes in, the building's alarms start going off. All of these metal doors start slamming down.
Fire doors, like they're
fire doors,
garage doors, kind of.
And it just locks everything down.
It's like,
and I'm like, oh,
I didn't do it.
Crap.
I didn't do it.
And I'm like, there must have been somebody else.
You're like, what happened?
I'm acting totally confused.
Did you continue burnishing the floor though?
Yes.
Dude, hey, you might as well own it.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop
anyway.
You know, so by the time
I bet you that was the shiniest hallway ever.
They were like, you could do your makeup in it. You do makeup? No,
I don't.
So no, for real, that was, and so the fire department shows up, and they're like, all geared up and everything. They come into the building. They're like, what did you do? And was there a fire or whatever? I was like, no, just running a propane machine inside. And they're like, here's your sign. So yeah, you make mistakes, but you do it out of the spirit of doing things fast, right? That's what it is. It's the spirit of speed. Yeah. So.
Attention cleaning business owners. Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Introducing the OctoClean Media Community, your ultimate resource for growth, education, and connection. With our memberships, you gain exclusive access to a library of expert-led training, live group coaching sessions, and even one-on-one consulting with industry leaders. The benefits include community discussions, share your advice, and get answers directly from Matt, Greg, and myself. Coaching, transform your prospecting, bidding, operations, and marketing strategies with group coaching and one-on-one consulting options. 10-day challenges, boost your leads and confidence in less than 2 weeks. Don't miss out on the opportunity to connect with like-minded professionals who understand your journey. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, the OctoClean Media Community is here to guide you every step of the way. Visit OctoCleanMedia.com to join today and unlock your cleaning business's true potential.
You want to sell some other, what story? You got another story, bro?
Oh, so when we were younger, and a lot of this happens when we were young, right? Because for us, we were born and we were expected to be like industry professionals at the age of 5. So
you're not wrong.
We had this, I remember to this day, Sing Chevrolet, not Sing Chevrolet anymore. It's sold.
No.
So we can name it. And we've wanted this account for so long, right? And it was like the second day of service, and it was on my route. And I'm like, you know what? We're not missing any trash cans, nothing, right? So they had the service drive. And the service drive, like, you could get in and leave your keys in the door for the night before for them to move your car, right? Like, hey, I don't have a ride back.
Early bird drop
off.
There you go.
So, dude, I didn't have a car. I know nothing about that. All I knew was there's trash cans. So their brilliant idea was the other side of their early bird drop off was a trash can.
So, I do remember this
yeah,
story now.
So Greg takes the trash out. That's cool, right? Yeah, I'm sleeping, and I remember to this day, my dad kicks the bed. I'm sitting in the bed, and he kicks me. Get your up and get out of the dealership. You threw the keys away. What's going on? So, of course, we always had to dress nice, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, this can't be true. I didn't throw any damn keys away. What you talking about? So I had slacks, nice shirt on with a tie and shoes, and I was in the dumpster.
This was one of those extreme ownership days.
Digging keys out of the dumpster.
Yep.
Like 1, 2. Luckily, we found every single key. But to this day, I'm like, that's kind of like not my fault, kind of, because like
you know how many times we've gotten those calls and like the trash man has shown up first.
Oh, dude,
so many times.
You got
so
lucky.
Got
there right in time. I'm sure
you got so lucky.
Probably because it's early bird check-in. But you imagine if you were the customer. You drop your car off, and these people, they couldn't get in because like the other people that were coming in couldn't get in the door.
Yeah.
because the other people's cars were blocked. So they couldn't move those cars, let other people in. So like the
Oh
whole
my
thing was at a
gosh.
standstill. The
Train
dude
wreck.
was pissed.
Yeah.
We kept the account though for a long time.
We did, but that was probably because you showed up in a shirt, a shirt and tie and
Yeah.
started pulling,
in the dumpster, they're
pulling
like, I feel
keys out.
sorry for this kid.
Like quite literally, there's so many crazy stories. But one that is kind of like more of on a serious note and like what can happen if you make promises that you can't keep. We had a large client in Inland Empire here in California that when we took it over, the company that they had prior, and this is not just a one-time thing. We learned a lot from this situation, but they had been using bonnet chemicals and bonnet cleaning on their lobby
Really,
for
probably just degreaser, to be honest with you.
yeah, probably for years and years and years and years. So
of course, we want to do it fast.
well, we want to do it fast, but we wanted to
It's gotta
show
look
that
good.
we could do good quality work. And so we were like, hey, the right way to do this
We were
is
fixing to clean that one shoe at the mall.
yeah. Oh, for real. Like we're going to come out, we're going to do this area and we use truck mount. So the
Is that
moment,
when you called me out too? I wasn't working here at the time.
no, you weren't.
And you're like, hey, call Greg out. We'll fix this.
And the truck mount, what happens when you add water to pounded, soaked chemical
You get bubbles.
carpet is you get a lot of bubbles
And you get a lot of brown
and you get a lot of brown out.
on gray carpet.
A lot of dirt coming out of the carpet. And so we spent, I think
I don't know
I
how
spent,
long it was.
I spent a day personally. I spent like a whole night there by myself after I let my team go until the people showed up the next morning. The carpet still didn't look good. I called Greg. He came out that night. We spent another 12 to 15
Yeah.
hours on it. The client came in again the next morning and chewed my ass out. Was like, it still looks like crap. You guys don't know what you're doing. And so we invested all of this time doing all of these things. And I personally had worked 10 plus years to get this contract. And within 32 days of that day, we
Yeah.
lost all of it. And it was because we made a commitment. I made a commitment that we could get the carpets looking better than they were. And that fell into that, like, well, we're going to change the carpets out, and I go, oh, no, you don't need to change the carpets out. Let us see
And
what
we
we can
got
do.
you.
And when we got in there, we screwed it up and they ended up changing the carpets out probably 33 days later,
Exactly.
They
They actually did.
so it wasn't even like they didn't care. We had lost their trust. Granted, that group, those people were not very kind, or patient or have any partnership, but it's an opportunity to take care of what your promises are going to be. It's always going to be like, I'm not sure if this will
I
come
actually
out.
think about that, and like a lot of the stuff we do now with carpet and things like that, when people come, oh, you can get it clean. It's like a totally different method that we use now. Like I would not have done the same thing we did then now.
No, well, and these are the things, right? Is like, a lot of these stories are, stories of what not to do, and
But
and
it's like the lesson learned is you don't know until you hopefully, or you listen to us talk about it. Hey, don't do that.
well, and look, you're not, the things you don't know that you don't know, right? So that's why you get into these forums and you have conversations with people who are doing this type of work, and you're like, damn, I didn't even know that was it's something that could happen. Well, yeah, a lot of things can happen at night. Hell, I was at a key. Let's talk key stories because you just gave that one key story. We used to drive Toyota Tacoma pickup trucks around everywhere. And I mean,
Matt used to drive them really, really fast too.
I had
You
more.
do. It is a fast thing with you.
I had so many speeding tickets, dude. I was going like,
He got pulled over once, and the cop pulled him over, gave him a ticket, and he told him, well, I feel that I'm a really good driver, and I don't think you should give me a ticket. Guess what? He got a ticket.
I got a ticket. I
Can you imagine
I will say though that when we were driving out to Vegas that one time,
Yeah.
I was going pretty fast,
and they didn't give us a ticket.
and I pulled myself over, like
He gave you a
literally
window tint ticket.
literally pulled myself over. And this cop, the highway patrol, pulls up behind me. He gets out of the car, and I had the window down, hands on the steering wheel, everything you're taught to do. And he's like, I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and I've never had somebody pull themselves over. And I'm like, I knew I was in the wrong. He's like, where are you headed? Las Vegas. He's like, it's not going anywhere. I'm like, okay. That window tint, you shouldn't have that on your windows. No, I didn't. Well, I'm going to give you this ticket. Slow down. I
Dude was totally cool.
blown away. But that didn't happen when I was driving company Toyota Tacoma pickup trucks.
No.
I got more 85 plus tickets than you could imagine. I got letters from the DMV that would say, if you don't, get one more ticket, we're going to suspend your license. I mean, it's all the craziness, right? But one of those nights, again,
just the
got to go fast.
Barricade.
I didn't run through a barricade. Did I run through a barricade?
Johnson
Oh no, that was no. I was going fast, and I took the clip of the keys off my belt loop, put them on the back of the truck, and drove off, like on the bumper. And we're in City of Industry at the time, and I'm like, okay, I get to our next City of Industry job, which was Case back in those days, and I'm like, where did my keys go? And I couldn't find them anywhere. So we end up like, well, I don't know. There's no way that I'm going to find these keys. I know I left them here, and we're screwed. But we went back and I backtracked it. I ended up finding these keys on the on-ramp that were going to, coming from that Heister lift. They had been run over probably 15 times.
It still worked though.
And those damn keys worked. So, these are the kind of things that are just like, hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and that was one of those days.
Yeah, no shit.
Without a doubt. I mean, that was an interesting night, but, well, give us one more story. Give us one more story, Greg.
Let's see.
And then we'll get into some Q&A and we'll get out of here.
So we have a franchise owner here in Riverside, and, we had a bunch of medical facilities, and I always told them, you need to be careful, right? You need to be careful, when you're leaving at night, make sure you're checking your surroundings and whatever. And so this employee comes out and she's got a vacuum, and there's a homeless guy. And I guess from what I gather, the homeless guy's like, give me your money. And, I ain't giving you my money. So the homeless guy decides he's going to take her vacuum. Well, she had the other end of the cord of the vacuum. Like, you're not stealing my vacuum. So she had the cord of the vacuum. He has the backpack. He's running and doesn't get very far. So then this dude decides he's going to take the cord and start choking out the employee right there in university. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So we get all this information, and I'm like, okay, well, the cops came, they arrested him and all this stuff. And I was like, that's one of the craziest stories I've ever heard.
I actually have one more story that's similar.
Go ahead, man. We have a lot of these, like, oh my God stories.
So super true story. And I have others that we can't, I could tell, but they would just be a downer. So we had a historic train station in downtown San Bernardino. No, this happened. Was that the security guard?
The security guard. They put him in the trunk.
Okay, yeah. So we had.
I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're telling the story, dude. What am I doing?
So there's a guy, a security, and there's two security guard. Just to their fashion, like top flight security in the world, Craig. That kind of security guard. Like, this place is in, like, I don't even know how to describe how bad of a neighborhood it is. It's a beautiful facility. And this guy just thought, like, he was probably 5'6", 100 pounds. Little guy.
I talked a lot of
But
crap.
always talking smack to people and all this stuff. And I guess somebody had enough of his shit.
Yeah.
So they decide they're going to kidnap homie. I'm like, I don't know why they're kidnapping him. I don't know what they're getting out of this. They throw the dude in the trunk of the car. So he's in the trunk of the car. And I'm sitting there like, dude, this is crazy. I'm watching it, and he gets about out of the thing. They got to be going 40. And here he goes. Boop, like, pop goes the weasel, pops out the trunk, lands on the concrete, is rolling around, and dude goes back to work. He went to this little security desk. I was like, he crying in the car. I was like, I know damn well that hurt. Because,
he stole my bike.
And then, like, ever since then, they're like, you're not allowed to be outside. And then it was like the security guard had to sit inside the building, not in the little hut thing.
Oh my God.
And I even talked to, like, after that, I'm like, so straight up, what'd you do? Did they, like, I don't even know those people. And so they just decide they're
just going to kidnap you and throw you in the trunk.
They just scooped him up, threw him in the trunk like it's a backpack, and dude, pop goes the weasel. And they had like a black, like, Buick or something. And they just threw dude in the trunk like he was just a bag of trash. And he just popped out and went right. Hey, good on him going back to work.
But I'm gonna
at least he didn't call out.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. The guy was in a trunk in the dark, and he knew how to pop the trunk.
Might not be the first time.
I don't think it was the first time he's been in a trunk. Okay,
Maybe he was putting people in the trunk.
I don't know. I mean, it sounds to me like there's a story behind a story.
Yeah. I mean, hey, all I
And,
got to say is,
and
hey,
that he went back to work.
I would hire dude because he went back to work.
Damn.
We had a guy who was in Boston. Last story, I swear. So I went to Boston, and there was a company called MCC in Boston. And I was there doing some consulting with a company. This was last year. And there was a kid, Asian or a Hispanic kid, and his mom worked there too. And so he comes in, he's like, oh, yeah, this guy got hit by a truck yesterday.
And he showed up to work.
And he finished his shift and showed up to training the next morning.
Wow.
I'm like, hold on, you got hit by a truck. And I thought, well, maybe he was in his truck and got hit by a truck. And like, no, we have a video. And they showed this dude got just straight smacked. He's like, whatever, bro, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm ready.
And he finished his shit. I was like, were you kind of hurt? He's like, yeah, my leg kind of hurt.
My leg kind of hurt.
And I'm like, where do you find these employees, dude? Like,
Oh my
dude
God.
got hit by a truck.
And he shows up to work.
Keeps going. Like,
Oh, you know, the people.
good on you. I was like, can you move to California? Because we need them type of people.
Do you know more people that will get hit by trucks that will show up to work?
And I was like, how often does this happen? I guess dude just like walked out of a building and
Just get smacked by a truck.
should look. They probably said, you should look both ways. Did you take the trash out?
I know. It's like,
Are you
right?
done?
Did you lock the doors?
And
Wow.
Dude worked the entire time I was there.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
All right. So let's get into some Q&A and then we'll get out of here. So Greg, go for it. Rado,
Why do you got to do Rado?
blog off.
Uh-oh.
Blogo off.
Give that man his money. If you know where that came from, that movie, put it in the comments. He says, hey guys, what type of system do you use to click? It should be clock, I would think, in and out your employees and make sure they prepare for call outs.
You are prepared for call outs. Greg stroking out, calling in sick and late comings and goings.
We use a system that we use through our HR, but if I'm you guys, I would say something like Clock Shark would be something like an entry level system.
Yep.
That you can do call outs. They can call in sick through there. It has geofence, so you know where they're at, why they're clocked in.
And they do have some workflows in there for like late, for, if somebody clocks in late or clocks out late, and it will definitely do that.
It might show you if you got hit by a truck.
It might.
You're like, employee got hit by a truck.
Well, that would be your Apple Watch.
That's when you call them back. Get to work.
Get to work. You got hit by a truck. All right. So I'm going to go Victor Mascara. I'm working to have a web page for my business. Since I don't have a physical location as of yet, should I use my home address?
No.
I am not quite sure I should use it. What other recommendations do you have? Thank you in advance.
Go to the UPS store and get yourself a UPS address. It's an actual physical address, and put that on there. You do not want to have your home address on there because then you'll have serial killers showing up at your house.
So Victor, I also, I think Victor's a member on OctoClean Media. And so I answered this question on OctoClean Media, and what I highly recommend, because when you're setting up your web page, what you're really trying to do is get local search, right? You're trying to get local search. You're trying to get SEO optimization. And so what I recommend is that for maybe $150 to $200 a month, which seems like a lot when you don't have anything like going with your business as far as revenue, you could go to a Regis office space. You can set up a virtual office that will have your logoed like a placard on the wall so that you can get verified through Google, which is a really great tool. I mean, if because I'll get online every once in a while and look at local search for janitorial companies in our area, and you'll find like a local search and you look at where it is, and it's like somebody's house, like an apartment or something. And
you go knock on the door.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look professional, right? But when you do it at a local search, and it's at a Regis, it's going to show the office building. So it's way, way, way better.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. So I would highly, highly recommend that. And Regis is a great place to do it. We do this in Arizona. We have our own physical office that is a verified site. I've got one in Mesa that we first started out, and we still pay for that one. And I have one in Scottsdale. And all three
So
of
then you're
those.
searching those areas.
So when they're searching Scottsdale janitorial companies, it pops
Just bam,
OctoClean
bam, bam,
because we're already in Scottsdale at a verified site,
and that's how you get your
and
Google
Central
Analytics.
Phoenix and Mesa. So, use this tool. It will certainly help you. And if anybody dropped off
Dude,
early,
that is a great tip.
yeah,
You're missing out if you dropped off early.
Yeah, if you dropped off
first of all,
early,
you don't like things that you don't like to laugh.
yeah, I know. I had Jordan was over here laughing. So
Might have to go to pawn some stuff.
you're gonna go to because Greg looks like the guy from Pawn.
Actually got stopped in the hospital once. Like, don't even start. Don't even start. You look like the guy from Pawn Stars. Whatever. Kind of do. Thanks, Jordan. It's okay.
All right. Well, we want to thank everyone for watching this unique and different episode of the OctoClean podcast. Hopefully you liked it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe and leave a comment with any topics that you want us to discuss next time, including more stories, because we have lots of them.
Lots of stories.
If you are listening, don't forget to rate and review the podcast. And as always, we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.